over 3 million shipwrecks on the ocean floor, just waiting to be found. Nothing is truly ever lost at sea, only hidden by time and sand. When I put this fleet together, it wasn't just for fun. And although we do have fun, we never lose sight of our goal. Right here, right now, we are on a mission.
Hi, my name's John Smith. I'm first mate of frigate. I'm the one who puts people on the fish, helps them get it to the boat. Frigate's the boat where he comes to, we can go fishing, get away for a little bit. And yeah, it's almost like his little man cave over there. It's just a boat to get away and get anywhere we want to pretty fast, faster than any other boat in the fleet. And mainly that's a fishing beast over there. It's meant to troll around and slay the islands. Johnny's Hole. So I was one of the newer divers when I first started. We do mag hits on the CB, which is you just go around and you check these spots, these numbers they give you, and you kind of go down there. It can be the size of a spoon, it can be the size of a basketball, or they give you a size and what it is. If you find it, if it's modern metal or anything that's not important for what we're looking for, you move on to the next one. We had been finding a lot of spikes and a lot of modern metals, and we were probably on the second to last hole, and I went down there and all sand. I mean, the sand as far as the eye could see. And I started, mag hitting, and I got a hit. First thing comes to mind, another spike or some modern metal. So, you got to find out what it is, clear it off and keep it moving. So I'm whooshing a hole, making a hole, and, I'm probably down 8 inches, 10 inches, and put the metal detector back there. And it's no beeping. I'm like, what the hell? I'm searching all around it, no beeping. So I go to the pile of sand that I had created, it starts beeping. So I'm like, oh man, so about a swoosh, 2 swooshes, and sitting right there, man. It's a perfectly circle coin, and you can tell tell you it's what you're looking for when you pick it up, and you feel that weight. And I look closer at it, you can see the cross on it. The other diver I was with, he's off somewhere else looking, and I'm sitting down there, and I'm the only one down there. I'm screaming, come to the surface, and I'm like, hey man, I think I got something. Put it in a cup of water, and we're looking at it, we're like, that's it, that's what we're looking for. And before I could even get done celebrating my find, here come the dive boats telling us to leave, get out of there, and they're setting up anchors, and they're diving in, and blowers are going, and coins are just popping up everywhere. I mean, you could literally jump in the water and just see the dots of the coins everywhere, and it just ended up being one of the best holes we've found so far. I had no idea that's what it was going to become when I found that one coin, which happened to be my first coin. And I've chatted with other crew members who have found, their first artifact. You literally, when you grab onto it, it's literally like those 300 years like flash right through you. Like, whose pocket was this in? What has this bought? What was this used for? Where was this when that ship sunk and it ended up on the bottom of the ocean? It's truly amazing. You're the first one to touch it in that long of time, and the history behind it. It's travels just from being on the floor. How far had it traveled? The depths it's gone. It's hard to describe in words because of how special it is and how fortunate we are to actually be out here. And I mean, shoot, be down there looking for this kind of stuff. So a lot of the stuff we're going after starts off at Johnny's Hole, and it's just pretty cool to have them name that after me. It's pretty wild. I'm looking for Johnny's Hole number 2 now.
So, I'm Andy from Axis. We've been doing pretty well so far, maybe 40 points at least. So, pretty excited about that. So, we're gonna dive again and bring some more points. It's time to go. Yes, sir. We've been finding something. 1, 2, 3 points, 4 points. every dive we do. It's pretty amazing. Not too many days like that, that's for sure.
My name is Steve Burrington. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. I am a lifelong collector and student of the coins from Potosi, Bolivia, the Spanish 8 reals that were basically the coin of the world for about 350 years. Really excited to be out here with Allen Exploration, diving in Johnny's Hole, and we're finding lots of coins here in the area. So the Maravillas was one of the flagship treasure coins from the Spanish fleet that was making its way back to Spain. And after the scandal in Potosi in the late 1640s, they began to alter the coin designs to a new design. And the 1654 Capitana and the 1656 Maravillas contain a time capsule of all of these transitional coins from the Potosi Mint. So these new pieces off this morning's dive are particularly enigmatic. These here, we believe they may be some type of seals, but these have very clear cartouche diagrams on them, which are typically authorship or ownership of a given chest or merchant's bag or some type of ID to let everyone know on board who owned this particular item. So bringing these up is critical. Silver is a metal that rots basically in salt water. So the longer these stay down, the further they'll degrade. If you leave these down forever, they'll eventually turn into silver oxide and disappear completely, and all history and the learnings therefrom will be lost. It's really exciting on this project that Allen Exploration has set up the Bahamas Maritime Museum with a full conservation laboratory, and all of these items will be curated, and many of them will be put on display on the superb museum dedicated to archaeological maritime history. So I'm very excited that Roberto Mastelier and Karen McKee will be in the conservation lab to help identify what period these coins are from, what mint and what year. Roberto Mastelier is the world's leading authority on the transitional cobs at Potosi from 1652. He's been my teacher, my mentor for more than a decade, as I learned from him a very, very complex and difficult period to understand. He is the master and I am a student.
I am so happy this week to welcome the coin experts, Karen McKee and the legend, Mr. Roberto Mastelier. He's written so many books on the Potosi coins to the museum to evaluate our collection. These includes coins from Johnny's Holes, the Kelly collection, which I now call the Allen collection, and as you can see, they're back there working right now. The Allen Exploration team has been so fortunate to find a lot of coins on the Maravilla shipwreck, over 2,000 silver coins. Now we have the experts here to evaluate these coins, and these include coins from all over the Maravilla site, including Johnny's Hole.
Hi, my name is Karen McKee and I work for Allen Exploration as a numismatic analyst. Well, my father was an underwater archaeologist. He worked for the state of Florida for 10 years as an acting underwater archaeologist from 52 to 62. And he trained me in these coins from beginning when I was 9 years old. And I started professionally with treasure salvers when I was 21. So I've been in it for over 40 years. I'm dating myself. I'm here this week to welcome Mr. Roberto Mastelier, who is an expert on the transition period. And of course, with the assistance of Dr. Michael Pateman, we're going to study the entire collection.
You can see all these coins marked with a yellow tag. They are very important types, subtypes, that some of them are the second one known or the third one known, and in fact we have a couple of unique ones.
My name is Robert Mastelier. I
was a theoretical physicist, then became a hotel owner, and for the last 20 years or so I've been a numismatist, a researcher, collector. I started to really study these coins in depth about maybe 15 years ago. And so I decided to make a real effort to study all the types, all the subtypes, all the dyes and everything, and managed to put together a really nice collection of them. And then I decided, well, what to do next? Well, publish a book on this. Mr. Allen is doing something that is should be applauded all the time. I mean, it's incredible. And I think the Bahamian government is really doing the right thing, and hopefully will continue to do so. And this is the best place I could think of to work with. And I thank Dr. Bateman very much.
So we're all aware of the history of the Maravillas, and for over 20 years, there's been nobody searching for or legally recovering these collections until Mr. Allen got permission. And now we have over 2,000 coins that we've been able to recover, conserve, and study. How important is that kind of project?
Incredibly important. I mean, it's really basic to the understanding of this really difficult time at the Potosi Mint. I mean, these coins are so rare, all of them. They are all rare. And it's amazing to have this amazing, again, number of coins available for study. You know, my books were based on a few hundred coins. So to have another few hundred coins available, that's amazing.
Thank you for providing these wonderful books for us, because I've just been fascinated with the whole scandal in the transitional period of you had these coins and then all of a sudden there was a scandal and they had to stamp them and then they changed them. So there's really 3 types of coins coming out of Potosi in over a 5-year period?
Yeah, that's quite right. That's what makes this period so interesting. In 1648 or so, corruption at the mint was so heavy, so bad, that it was brought to the attention of the king, and the king took severe action. He sent an inquisitor general to Potosi and with the orders to clean up everything. And he did. People were stripped of property, death sentences left and right, and therefore the old coin model, which is the crown shield design, well, obviously had to be changed because people were not accepting these coins because they knew they were debased. So what happened is that the king decreed that all the coins up to that point were to be melted, taken out of circulation. If you had coins, you had to go to the Royal Exchange, turn them in, and they would melt them for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, we have from the Maravillas some gold coins. Unfortunately, not as many as the silver coins. But Karen, you were explaining some really interesting facts with the gold coins earlier. Can you explain them to me again, please?
Well, this is Santa Fe de Bogota, and I think they're the most, they're not common because gold coins aren't common, and they're in very good condition because there weren't that many opportunities for them to trade such a valuable coin. So they have, their markings have actually sustained over the years, and gold is not damaged by the salt water.
No.
So they come up just like this. And this is some iron oxide that needs to be cleaned off, I guess. It actually lends to the authenticity of the piece if it has some of the growth or some of the iron oxide left on it.
So we try not to clean any of the gold objects because it tells the story. You can actually pick up some of our gold artifacts and gold coins and say, this has been under the ocean for 300 years. Okay. And so that's why we've made the decision not to clean them. Unless they're heavily encrusted, then we might clean them a little bit so people can see the beauty in them. So far in this project, I think we've found no more than 12 gold coins. And it's very interesting considering that we've found over 2,000 silver coins. So you can see there's a big difference in the ratio. And historically, over recoveries from the Maravillas, I think the previous recoverers found maybe about 100 gold coins with several thousand silver coins, 5, 6, 7,000. So there's definitely a difference in the amount of gold and silver coins on board.
I think what Alan X is doing here is really amazing. And it's really nice to see how the Bahamian government is going along with this project. And I think it's incredible that things like this happen, and it's marvelous. Because all the coins that are being taken out, they would, they do nothing at the bottom of the sea. So we can actually hold them in our hands and study them, classify them, and amplify our knowledge of this period of Potosi.
So one of the interesting things, you brought your wonderful book collection for us to be able to type the coins that we have here. And while we've been going through the Johnny Holes collection, we found a number of coins that you've never seen in your books. And we've looked really hard, and this is some fascinating research you've done here. And we have not been able to find these, so this changes your system, right?
Yes. We had some surprising finds in there.
And I think there's sometimes where you found a coin where this is the only one you've ever seen.
Yes, indeed. In fact, it's not only the only one I've ever seen. This particular one, I've been trying to find one for 20 years.
Wow.
And
so there's historical documents about this type of coin?
No, this is a particular coin which has an overdate, which means they punched a date, 53, over the previous ones, 52. And what happens is, this is an 8 real coin. And this is known on the lower denomination coins, the 4 real, the 2 real, and the 1 real. They exist with an overdate, 53 over 52. But surprisingly, doesn't exist in 8 reals.
So this is the first time you've seen it in an 8 real?
Right, doesn't exist.
Wow.
Scratch it out. Here it is. And of course, it makes my life difficult because I have to change my numbering system.
You're welcome.
Really, I mean, really.
So this week has just been an amazing experience. Roberto has been typing our coins, and while doing this, he's found several coins that he had never seen before. So now this is causing him to change his books, which I find incredibly exciting, and I can't wait to see the new books that includes the Alan X coins.
This beautiful museum I was completely surprised when we saw it, to see how the lab operates, how the coins are preserved, conserved. That was really interesting. I've never seen this. It's really incredible for me to be able to put my hands on hundreds of coins and study them and discover all these new dyes and types and subtypes. I mean, that's amazing. I have to change some of my books, some of my chapters on the basis of the coins I've seen here. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I can't wait to see the look on Johnny's face when I tell him that his life work is now ruined because Johnny's Hole has produced coins that we've never seen before.
Right here, right now, we are on a mission.